Hello, welcome and thank you for visiting the Open Leadership channel. My name is Michael Breeze, and on this channel I'm going to share some secrets that will help you become a great leader. I've been leading people, groups and organisations for over 35 years now, and for the last 20 of those I've been coaching leaders at all levels in organisations around the world. Over this period I've developed, practiced, rehearsed, used and developed a set of tools and leadership principles that together I've combined into something I call the Open Leadership approach. So I've helped many leaders many people become better leaders as part of my paid occupation, but now I plan to give away this Open Leadership approach and all of the assets within it, all of the skills, the tools and the things you might need to practice the Open Leadership approach to anyone. I want to give this away to anyone who wants it or needs it. So do stay till the end of the video, because I will show you how to subscribe and access more free resources. But for the moment, let's just take a little bit of a look about why I'm doing this. My hope is to help anyone who has just started out, maybe as a supervisor, team leader, junior manager, and wants to know more about the people side of the job, how to motivate, engage their teams, how to grow and develop the capability of their teams to create value for their organisation and deliver ever better results. Or perhaps you're considering a move into leadership, and you want a reassurance that leadership is something that can be learned, and to find a resource where you can actually do that learning and complete that journey to being a good leader. Leadership is 100% learnable. Whatever you may have heard in the past, I'm here to show you and tell you that leadership is 100% learnable, and that's what this platform, this channel will be all about. Or perhaps you are an established manager who's interested in adopting a leadership approach that will help you overcome some of the barriers that you've been facing so far. Now, if any of this sounds like you, then the Open Leadership channel can help. So let's take a closer look at what the channel is all about. Working in many organisations around the world, I've frequently found what I call a leadership gap. Now, by this I mean that while organisations generally do teach their people how to manage, things like the internal procedures and systems, the company policy, the rules of how to conduct themselves in the organisation, perhaps the systems and the applications that they will need to use to carry out their role, and then perhaps some basic planning, budgeting skills, etc. So if you like, the sort of mechanistic skills of management. What they so often fail to teach their people, though, as they move into management roles, is the skills of leadership. People moving into management roles, leadership roles, are left with many questions, many unanswered questions that they have to struggle with. So what are the best ways to engage and motivate my team and develop their capability? What are the skills? What is the knowledge that I need to achieve this? Interestingly, how to run effective meetings. So many new leaders struggle with their role in meetings and see that as a real barrier to their progress. I'm often asked, how do I avoid looking like I don't know what I'm doing, looking like an idiot in the first meetings I try to run? Powerful stuff in terms of how you work with your people. How can I work with my teams to innovate, to overcome problems and create value in my business? And how can I, by doing so, help my team to understand and own the challenges and goals that we face? And of course, what are the best ways to plan and then to execute work together as a team? Again, delivering great results, but working together as a team and generating ever better teamwork and team capability as we progress. Because as a leader, and not just as a manager, I need to engage my people. I need to motivate them. I need to inspire them to take action and deliver the results that we're talking about. But also, as well as these positive, engaging approaches with our people and our teams, we also have to be able to ready to manage difficult situations and conflict, at the inevitable conflict that arises from time to time in organisations and in teams, and handle those difficult conversations. In other words, the leadership skills that are mostly about people rather than process and systems. Now, Seeing this gap so frequently, this failure to train people and support them in their leadership learning journey, led me to write in my book, Stepping Up, How to Be Great in Your First or Next Leadership Role. Now there'll be a link to the Amazon listing of this book in the video description if you want to buy one. However, the level of interest that the book has received has reassured me and left me feeling that I want to reach a large audience. So this channel will be giving away over time the whole content of this book and more. So the purpose of the book and the purpose of this channel is to try and bridge that leadership gap. The Open Leadership channel and the Open Leadership approach is all about bridging that gap. So that leaders do know how to connect their people to the strategy, the stakeholders, the resources, the circumstances they're in, and open their thinking to generate energy in how they go about their work, and then to engage them in the challenges they face, the plans, the solution, the execution of the work, engage them in what will shape their day-to-day activity, as well as, of course, the leaders will know how to grow their people, grow their team's capability, grow their team's collaboration and how they work together as a unit, and of course, therefore, because it's all about, in the end results, create value and deliver better results for their organizations, because this is a creating activity. Leading should be about creating rather than in the case of management, which is more about control. And the worry is that without good guidance and support, new leaders are therefore, as we said earlier, left to figure it out for themselves and on their own. And this is incredibly stressful, it's risky, it frequently leads to unnecessary conflict, and the danger is that people don't succeed. They simply don't get there. They never manage. They fall into bad leadership habits, follow old models and role models that they witness, and don't actually get to become good managers. And worryingly, what happens is they fall into leadership styles and approaches which are about control, which are about rank, hierarchy, status, and of course ultimately ego. And we've all seen the worst of leadership, where ego is in fact the big barrier. Now, the open leadership approach that will be shared on this channel is about engaging your people, inspiring them, developing them to give the best contribution to the organization. The approach is low ego for the leader, collaborative, engaging, massively productive, both for talent development in your team and for yourself. But it's also, possibly most importantly, a truly joyful and exciting way to work with your people. Now, I will share everything that makes this approach work free on this channel. So to be a little bit more precise, I'll post videos in the coming weeks around some foundational principles that will help you overcome some of the potential barriers that you might come across. So I'll discuss the myths and unhelpful beliefs that might be tripping you up and can be barriers to new leaders. I'll talk about some more helpful beliefs that will lay a foundation about how you might move forward to be an open leader. And I'll talk also, importantly, about the real purpose of leadership, which is one often missed in these discussions. Then I'll move on to some everyday tools and change methods, and although they are everyday practical time-tested tools, they're specifically designed and aligned to helping you survive and work day to day as a leader whilst manifesting the open leadership style. And that'll include things like planning and leading effective meetings, powerful problem-solving methods that will help you resolve problems working with your team, also things like planning projects and activity, and leading the execution of work effectively as well, obviously an important part of work. Then I'll move on to some slightly more complex interpersonal skills and tools that will help in that respect, such as effective two-way communications, effective delegation so that tasks get done but your people get developed at the same time. I'll talk about coaching as a skill set, and I'll talk about managing difficult conversations, managing conflict, and some difficult conversations. After that, I'll also talk a little bit about how to master some self-leadership issues, by which I mean things like how to maintain an effective work-life balance, managing your time and energy, obviously in lines to that work-life balance issue, but also in terms of getting more done in your time, taking care of your own well-being, as well as your continuous growth as a leader as well. Now, importantly, of course, all of this, all of the support I'm going to be offering, all of this content that I've just shown you that's going to come out in the coming weeks and months will be free of charge always to anyone who wants it or needs it. I won't be keeping back any of the best content behind a paywall. I won't leave you needing to pay for expensive courses. Everything that you will need to understand and apply the open leadership approach successfully and safely will be on this channel. Also, I'm going to be creating, or have created, at www.openleadershipbase.com a resource there. I'm going to be posting resources there that you can download free of charge. I'm hoping there to build a community where people can get together, discuss the challenges they've got coming up, support one another, but also to feed back to me and give me their views and their input into what they'd like to see on the channel and what else they might want to see covered free of charge on the Open Leadership channel. So, what's the catch? Why am I giving this away for free? Well, I do need your help. I need you to subscribe. I need you to subscribe to this channel by clicking down below. And the more subscribers I get, the easier it will be for me to continue to provide this content free of charge to those that want it. Also, don't forget, of course, to hit the bell so that you'll get notifications when new content comes onto the channel. And please do join that community at the openleadershipbase.com for more free resources, as I say, and a chance to join the community and talk to others. There's also a place where you can sign up for a monthly newsletter from the Open Leadership Base as well. So that's it, really. 3 simple free of charge steps that I'm asking you to take in order to keep this channel open and moving. That's all for this first video. I'll be posting more videos in the coming days and weeks, expanding on the themes that I've mentioned. So don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you next time.